Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Tuesday morning. Got a big show lined up, but first, our weather always brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. High today is going to be a perfect 72 degrees, and low tonight is going to be 47. So it's really been nice weather. Now we got a little bit of cool snap. I was really dry out there. I was in the woods over the weekend and talked to several other people, and a lot of ponds have dried up, not a lot of water anywhere. So be careful if you're doing any kind of outdoor burning. Certainly don't do any this time of year. It's just so dry. So be careful out there, and when you're walking in the woods, just be looking for snakes. I get pictures almost, I wouldn't say on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, I'm getting pictures of rattlesnakes and water moccasins. Billy Lessig, if you remember, Billy Lessig was on my show year before last. Billy is paralyzed from the chest down. He made a post that he was in the woods the other day and had his wheelchair and a good hardwood bottom, and he kept hearing something behind him, and he was hoping there's going to be a deer walking out. Come to find out, it was a water moccasin, heard all it, and crawled right over his leg. He only saw the last half of it because he was looking at it and heard it underneath him. It was a water moccasin. So he was, with him being paralyzed, he didn't have any feelings. He said he was just looking all over puncture wounds, and when he got home, he looked around it and made sure he didn't have any puncture wounds on it because it was scary. But the snakes are moving around. Billy's okay though. Let's move on. I get off on these tangents sometimes, telling these true stories about what's happening to our folks. Water temperature is 72 degrees, so it's been pretty steady. Not much going on with the Pompano. River readings, take a look at the Apalachicola Bluntstown is at a 2.1. Not a lot of movement right there. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it had a little bump in it. It's odd, about 2 days ago, just bumped up a little bit, but only a half a foot. So right now it's reading a 6.3 and a little bit of a decrease, a little bit of a falling in it. So both rivers looking good. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home. And by the way, the river readings brought to us by Sand Hill Seafood up on 77 just past Bozeman. Really good fresh seafood there. Tide chart not looking good as far as neap tides. Today is the Tuesday the 14th, and we're halfway through almost the month of November, and we're looking at the tides all week. We're going to be getting a good Saturday. Well, Friday afternoon is going to be a good tide also. It'll be coming in Friday afternoon, so that's something to look forward to. The marine forecast, northeast at about 5 to 10. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're right on the verge of a lot of folks getting into some Christmas shopping. The Christmas shopping season is right on us. Black Friday right around the corner. And I was thinking, I've been thinking about this. It's been on my mind a good while. I wanted to bring this up, and I want to talk to you a second about shopping at small local businesses. I feel really strong. I always have felt strong about this, not just recently, especially when the big box stores came in, and then now the online onslaught about, so many people are buying online now, and we certainly buy some things online too, but this is really more or less directed to folks who buy everything online. I just want to, I put together a little presentation. It took a little while to do it, but I'm speaking from the heart now. I want to show you a couple of pictures. Okay, this picture right here from the Funac Springs, let's see, the Funac Springs, this football stadium up there. See all those posters, okay? On the bottom right there, all those posters, okay? That's the Funac Springs. Okay, this is Bluntstown Friday night. By the way, they're playing good ball now. Bluntstown club cheer sponsors. If you notice, all these names, all these sponsors are small businesses. Okay, in addition, I go to the National Wild Turkey Federation banquet. I go to the NRA banquet. I go to the Shriners, one of the Shriners banquet, the Guff County Sportsman's, Guff Franklin County Sportsman banquet. And all those people sell tables, and you pay $500, and all that money goes to their cause, which is all good. But I always know the first thing I do, I walk through the room and look at every one of those tables has a name of a local business that bought those tables. It's not Amazon.com or a big box store. It's not all those. It's all local people. okay, to support all these causes, support these high schools, support these teams, the boys club, the girls club, all the school teams, the homeless shelters, the sports clubs, the churches, these small businessmen, they'll take that money, and a lot of these people go to church and they tithe, and that church gets the money, and they go to the home, in turn. It's all kept local. I've looked up statistics on it, okay? But first let me talk about if you buy online all the time, first of all, the jobs, it's great for local jobs. If you buy online, that takes the money out of here, and it goes to, I wrote down the owner or the big, board of directors and all those people, these big businesses, you're helping them buy their third and fourth vacation home. You're looking at jobs overseas, right? Okay, so why should you buy local? Number one, it creates local jobs. These people working in local businesses, they can have their jobs here, not having to move off somewhere else. Number two, you get real customer service. You're talking person face to face, real customer service. Number three, you actually get to touch it, you get to try it, you get to wiggle it, and this is, that's an advantage of buying something local you can actually see, okay? And also, a scientifically proven fact, it's great to get outdoors and go shopping. It's good for your social well-being. You see study after study, don't be a reclusive and stay in the house all the time. Now I admit the week before Christmas is hectic. don't want to get out the 2 or 3 days before Christmas, but really getting out and down shopping and all, talking to people, visiting that hardware store up there in Sneed's or that one down here, whatever, just visiting and talking to people is really good for you as a person. And also it helps some community character. Also, last one, it helps shape the community character as far as people, shopping local and getting to know each other. It just builds a community. And also it helps, you feel good. I know when I go buy local, I feel good about buying from so-and-so because I know so-and-so is going to help so-and-so else. And it's just like a little domino effect. So I would really want to encourage you as you get toward the Christmas season to start thinking about buying, buy as much as you can locally from small business America. And it's what built our country. Now, I'm not saying don't buy online. We buy things online. Something that's hard to find, like a camera part or something, we'll go online and get it. We'll do that in a heartbeat. But we will not sit down and buy our whole Christmas online. That's just our personal feeling on it. And I just want to encourage you to give it some thought and get some feedback from other folks and all. But I got all kind of, on the statistics, I was looking up statistics, 48% if you buy local, 48% of each purchase is recirculated in the community, 48%. If you buy from a big box store, 14% of that money is recirculated in the local community. If you buy online, of course, 0% is recirculated in the local community. That's statistics from the Small Business Administration of America. So that's why 48% if you buy local stays in our community. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I want to encourage you to do, okay? Outdoors or whatever you're doing. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's add a name to our pickle jar. Jamie Ross, you're in here now. We'll be drawing pretty soon. We'll be giving some stuff away. So always, it's not too late to enter. We'll be giving away some Christmas stuff too. All right, now let's take a look at our pictures. I got all kind of pictures. This is Robert. This is Russell Hines. He kidding his brother. Robert didn't catch any fish, and Russell caught one. But Black Drum's been pretty steady this year. Okay, good job, Russell. Christy Page, her son Tanner had a fun weekend. That's a nice buck right there, and that's gonna be his Christmas present. They're gonna mount that as one of his Christmas presents, so that'll be a memory for a lifetime there. All right, how about, this is coming from Sea Quarters Marina, Captain Kim. She says, mirror lure strikes again. I bet it was one of the Mirrodines. This is Captain Randy Josie. He had a great day inshore. There's plenty of special lures he uses, so have a great week, Captain Kim at Sea Quarters in Carabel. And the thing about going down there and fishing, you go by Sea Quarters, she'll show you, or anybody working there will show you exactly what they're catching these on. So that's the thing about it. You don't have to know the area that well, and they'll tell you where to go too. Okay, Joe Eddie, this is a great story. Surf and turf. Okay, he went and battled, Joe Ed up there in Southport. He's a good outdoorsman. He went and battled with the wind last night and got a couple, had a few swim off. On the way home, almost hit a bear 3/4 mile down the road. I had 3 deer on the road on the opposite side. 2 went right in the ditch, and as one passed this, one went left and ran right into my boat and trailer. Bent my fender and ripped off my tail light and tag bracket. How many people are going floundering and got a deer? So that was surf and turf. Joe, good job. This is Victor Hathcote. This is interesting because this happened to me before. Now, these are not Victor's chair. He's complete open beach, and the chair guy sets up right on top of him. What had happened, this over at South Walton, he had set his fishing stuff up, and look, and nobody anywhere. And the chair guy, the chair rental guy, came down and set the chairs right around his fishing pole. And that's aggravating. I would have been really tested on that if he'd done that to me. I would have been, I don't know, that's just ugly. And the thing about it, Victor said he didn't use them any. They just went down there and set them down. So that makes me want to go over there and fish exactly where he's setting chairs. So Victor, let's get together. I want to just come over there and fish and maybe catch a shark or something. Okay, Mark Register, look, he got both these with one shot. Good, you line them up right, one shot, 2 wild hogs. Mark Register. Okay, Jeremy Brooks got some nice catfishing on the river. Jeremy Brooks and Levi Rogers. Catfishing is good this time of year. When you're young, your grandparents try to tell you their history, and you don't care because it doesn't interest you at the time. Later on, you wish you had written down what they had said. So true. Okay, and I can skip this one. I'll come back to that later. Tyler McKay, his first coyote this evening with a shotgun and a number 4 pheasant shot. And he got that. That's a good. Get rid of as many of those as you can, Tyler. Donnie Copper, a bull red at the Hathaway Bridge. Nice bull red, Donnie. Got it on an outgoing tide in the afternoon, outgoing tide, and had a good time there. That's a good pull right there. Russell Sims, this morning I was able to accomplish something I've been trying to do for several years as a bow hunter. I was able to shoot a nice Florida rack buck with a bow. Special thanks to my best friend and wife, Kimberly Davis, and he goes on and talks about got some, this year's been really good to him. He won some bass tournaments and all, and got a nice buck. Been a great year. This was the snakes I've been talking about, Bear Hazelip. They're still at, folks. This young one, this was in the yard. It gets right up on top of you don't know they're there. There's a mouth on the bottom right, but they're really moving right now. Jim Lloyd got another, he did another a couple of times recently, not much of a flounder, but he still managed a grand, what we call a slam. Got a trout, redfish, and a flounder. And you see the color of the bait he's using right there, a good color this time of year. Okay, we'll come out of St. Vincent. I did want to talk about St. Vincent in a minute. I put together a report card last night for the first 2 weeks of November on how things have turned out as far as what's showing up and what people are catching or taking. And here, I put it on a scale of 1 to 10, of course 10 being the highest. And I did 4 species, squirrel, redfish, trout, and pompano, and gave them a number. Now, this number I didn't just pull out of the air. It's people I've talked to. I've been doing some of these things myself, reports I've seen. So those 3 sources are how I put this report together. The squirrel season, it didn't start off with a big bang. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it about a 4 to 5. It's a little bit below average with the squirrel hunters I talked to, and I went to a squirrel hunt with a bunch of folks in it, and they said about the same thing. Okay, redfish, in the first 2 weeks of November, red fishing has been about an 8. Redfish has been pretty strong. Trout fishing, I'm gonna give it an 8 also. I've seen some good reports on red fishing and good reports on trout. Now let's go down to pompano. I'm giving pompano a 3 because I've been a couple of times and folks, we haven't done anything. I've talked to other people, I've talked to some tackle stores, and they've caught a few. There've been some individual catches. When I say individuals catching like 1 or 2, I have yet to see somebody catching a limit of pompano on this fall run. I saw a really big 20-inch one caught, and all the catches that's been reported to me has been on the west end of the beach. So it's been really strong on that end, but not not much going on here. So keep that in mind. Like I say, we're going back over to squirrel about a 4 to 5, redfish about an 8, trout's an 8, and pompano's a 3. That's the first couple of weeks in November now. Really, with the water temperature, you know, we talked about it sort of flip-flopped. It got really cool now. It's warmed back up to 72, so that definitely affected that pompano run. But now the trout over in Apalachicola Bay has been excellent. The trout in St. Joe Bay has been excellent, okay? And the redfish over in St. Andrew has been excellent. So keep that in mind if you get out this week and all, it's going to be good. And we got Thanksgiving coming up, and you know a lot of people are going to be in the woods and all, but it's always good fishing around Thanksgiving. All right, let's take our final break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let me go ahead and throw Spanish mackerel in on that little report card too. I would give it about a 7. Spanish mackerel has been really strong. It's sort of winding down now, but the past 2 weeks there were a lot of Spanish mackerel being caught. I'd even give it maybe an 8. So that's report. Let's look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at our times from 8:43 to 10:43 this morning, and 9:06 to 11:06 tonight. And again, I want to just emphasize the importance of these fishing times. Fish whenever you can, but really try to focus in on those times right there. It's very good. I got a call this past weekend from a guy who called me from Miami, and I asked him how in the world he found out about this, and he watched Panhandle Outdoors on YouTube. So he wanted to find out, he's going to come up here and hunt St. Vincent Island, and he wanted to get with me and get some advice on, you know, he'd never been up here in Florida Panhandle, but he's going to hunt St. Vincent Island. We had a good conversation, very pleasant guy, and sort of, I wouldn't say rookie in outdoors, but hadn't had a lot of outdoor experience. And I was telling him, you know, about camping this time of year. You roughing it when you get on St. Vincent Island. You know, it's just you and it's primitive camping. So you don't get, you know, a lot of the modern conveniences we get accustomed to. But I wanted to, gave me an idea. I wanted to go over with you a couple of basic things. Make sure you understand about St. Vincent. You can go to regulations. This page here, I'm certainly not going to read it to you, but these are all the regulations here. But I did want to show you the dates on them, okay? The dates right here. The first hunt, you got to get a permit now. The first hunt is a sandbar deer. Well, they actually got a hunt this weekend. November the 16th through 18th, top right-hand corner is an archery hunt. This Thursday through Saturday of this week, and the hunting times and different things and weapons, of course, would be archery. And now the primitive weapon hunt, keeping on going on down, the one I went on last about 2 years ago, would be January 25th through 27th. Okay, that's the Thursday through Saturday, and that's the species and all basically what to do. And they're going to have 250 permits available. Now the big hunt, what I call the big hunt, and what St. Vincent is famous for, is a sandbar deer. And 200 permits, and that's going to be the end of this month, so it's going to be about 2 weeks, November 30th. And you can get the sandbar deer. Of course, you always get hogs and raccoons. They don't have a lot of those, but the sandbar deer is a big one. So be aware of what you can do on St. Vincent Island. Of course, you can visit it. You can't visit during those 3 weekends of the year. They only hunt 3 weekends a year. And it's very, very controlled as far as the number of people and having quota hunt. But you can, you know, people from all over the country try to get in on these hunts, and sometimes they get them pretty fast, but sometimes people can't come and they have some open spots. So just be aware of that. It's a lot of fun. But if you enjoy that kind of thing, I was telling this guy on the phone to make sure that, you know, you're going to stay warm because the cold front can come through. Make sure you have plenty of water and plenty of food, and you're going to have your walking shoes on because you're going to be doing a lot of walking. It's almost 12,000 acres, and then I told him if you could bring a bicycle with big tires, because that's what Walter and I did. Get on a bicycle. It's a lot easier to ride down those roads and then walk. And they're good about coming by in the afternoon and picking up your game, but you got to drag your game out. Hopefully you can find some hunter to help you out on it. Then you got to dress your game there on the island. So it's a challenge, but it's also rewarding as to how things used to be done. You know, that's in the primitive days of hunting in the early years when you didn't have all the conveniences of four-wheelers and all that to do those kind of things. So St. Vincent Island can be special. Now, let me share this with you. I was on the news just recently. This guy was talking, he was from the Cleveland Clinic, so you know that's a very well-renowned, well-respected medical facility up in Cleveland, and they do all kind of research and all. And they've come out with this, it's not a disease, it's a symptom that people get this time of year. It's called SAD, which is the acronym SAD, and they call it Seasonal Affective Disorder. In other words, when the days get short and all, people start getting more and more depressed. And his number one, you know what his number one solution for these people? Get outside, get outdoors, do something in the outdoors. Duh, that's what I've been saying, that's what we've been preaching forever. Get outdoors. Now, he brought up a good point. It's not nearly as bad down in Florida as it is up in a place like New Hampshire. In fact, the statistics, I wrote them down. 1.79% of the people in Florida suffer from SAD, seasonal affective disorder. But up in New Hampshire and the New England area, it's almost a 9.8% of people suffer from that. And the best solution is to get outdoors. But if you're sad, just go outdoors and enjoy it. So anyway, I thought that was funny. That was just on the news a day or two ago from the Cleveland Clinic. So check that out. Now we've got 2 or 3 things to do. I don't know if we're going to get finished or not. I'm looking at the clock. I'm going to do some giveaways, and starting tomorrow, maybe I'll get some giveaways and all. But as we get toward Christmas and all, a lot of stuff I want to give away, shirts and caps and all kind of stuff, and we'll be giving those away soon. Also, make sure when you have your pictures and all, when you send them to me, you can email them to me or you can message them to me if you can. Sometimes they're on the phone and not quite as clear, especially taking a night and all, but if you can clean them up, fine. If not, we'll put them on just as you have them. We're just glad to get them. And just keep us posted when you catch stuff. It's like Donnie Cooper said, you know, he caught that big redfish on an outgoing tide, and by the way, he caught it on a white jig. And it's really strong. Also caught some Spanish around the Hathaway Bridge. That's a good report to share. And if you want to, tell me that you don't want people to know about where you caught them, I'll honor that. So, but you go ahead and send the pictures anyway. Got to wrap things up. As always, we appreciate you watching Panhandle Outdoors. It's America's only daily outdoor TV show. We're glad you're a part of it. So make sure you do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.